So remember that doctor appointment rant video I made where I was clearly upset and frustrated? This is the update. So a couple of months back, if you're seeing this video, you've probably seen that video. I made a rant about my doctor's office and how I was super frustrated. After that experience, I told myself that I would stop tolerating experiences that left me feeling frustrated, that left me feeling unheard, that just left me feeling not good. And that's where we're at now. I'm at a new doctor's office, and I'm going to see how this goes. So this is me post doctor's appointment. I had to come home. I had to take off my contact. Okay, and I needed also to decompress because I've been up since like 5:30 this morning, and it is now 1 o'clock. My appointment was at 11. It was a lot of moving parts. But yes, so post-appointment feelings. First things first, the doctor's office overall was cool. I met in with the doctor. The first point for me was that she was a black woman. Now, if you're not new to my story and my healthcare stories and how I feel about healthcare and doctors and all this other stuff, I think starting maybe like 2 years ago, was seeing another black doctor. It was a man. At first, I was very apprehensive with seeing him because it was a man, but I did prefer a black healthcare professional. But in hindsight, since seeing him, and then he was one of the best doctors I've had between now and whatever. He listened to me. He didn't make me feel judged about sharing my life or anything. He was actually one of the reasons why I went into my mental health journey a little more aggressively and ended up getting evaluated and diagnosed, because I have this thing that I do where I say things jokingly, but I'm telling the truth. And instead of reading it as a joke, he actually spoke to me about it. So the only reason I stopped going to him is because when I changed insurances, the copay for going to that office was more than I wanted to pay. So I had to move on and I had to find somebody else. Fast forward, I found another doctor's office. I was actually seeing the nurse practitioner in that office. He was cool. He wasn't nothing to write home about, but he wasn't like an issue for me. The issue came in when I had to see the actual doctor of the practice and not the nurse practitioner. And when I called and asked that if I wanted to solely only see the nurse practitioner, if that was an option for me, and I was told no, I was over that situation because I had only seen that doctor in that doctor's office once. I didn't like his bedside manner. I didn't like nothing about his energy, and I didn't want to see him again. So when they told me that I would literally have to wait until the day of the appointment to see who I wanted to see, I was like, I'm not going to be rolling the dice every time I go to the appointment, so I'm going to move on and I'm going to find another doctor. So fast forward, I went to today's appointment. And like I said, I had the feeling with her that I had with the first doctor, the black man. I felt, only did I feel heard, I felt understood, and I also felt appreciated. And the reason I say I felt appreciated, because a lot of the times when I go to the doctor's office, I take my iPad with me. My iPad has my patient portals from my previous doctor's appointments. I'm able to sign in and look at my labs if they're not able to see it, my medication list, and it also has my evaluation report from my newest diagnosis. So I need my primary care, I need my doctor to know everything that it is to know about me, of course. And the fact that she was looking in the computer, she was able to see what she was seeing, and then I was able to show her, and I was able to be heard. I didn't feel like I was being dismissed. I didn't feel like I was being overtalked. I didn't feel like I'm doing too much for having all of this information. So I really did appreciate that portion. But what like sealed the deal for me was when I was checking out and I was listening to the doctor talk to, I guess, like the medical assistants in the office. I just like the energy of the office. It's black women, women of color, and then the energy of the office was just really cool for me, because it didn't seem like there was like, you know when you deal with like workplace situations and the nurses or the medical assistants don't really rock with each other or don't really rock with the doctor. I'm just here so I can get a check. I get the energy. Like I'm standing in the thing checking out, and like they having like normal conversation. I really love that portion. So I have another appointment for I think 2 months, because I am diabetic, so I have to see a doctor every 3 months, blood work, whatever. So she did give me orders for blood work, and I do have an appointment, an updated appointment to see her. She put in my refill for my medication, like everything was like. So that's my update, and I'm so glad I listened to myself, and I didn't just endure and just kept seeing the last doctor just to do that. I'm glad I decided to say, you know what, I'm not going to be, and I'm not going to stay in a situation that I don't feel comfortable.